Hello everyone, this is part of our Elemental Fairy Healing workshop. So you can see the fairy cards here. The cards are not paper cards, they are a little thick. I'll show closely. They are a little thick and like tiles they are, shiny. So on the back it is plain. So we have 16 cards, 16 elemental fairy cards. So the healing procedure is done with the 16 elemental fairies. If you are doing the course, you will come to know about each fairy's properties and for what they are used and for what kind of healing they can be done, they can be used. All that is described in the course. So those who have done the course, for those who have done the course, you need to have these cards if you want. If you don't want, it's fine. You can just visualize in your mind. But if you keep the cards, they are used in the healing process, and I will explain how it is used. So when you have a particular client, if you are doing distant healing and you have a particular client and you want to give them distant healing, first you will learn about their issues, what their problems are. Is it a relationship healing? Is it a financial healing? Is it a career healing? Or is it something else? Whatever it is. So you need to go and look at the properties of the fairies. Now in the last section of the course of the workshop, I have given the properties of each of the fairies. So you need to select the right fairy and take the fairy card like this in your hand, on your left hand, and your right hand should be placed on your heart chakra. And you start your healing procedure. You know the healing procedure. If you have done the course, you will know the healing procedure as to what has to be done. So those who do not know the healing procedure, you will need to attend the workshop if you want to know about this. Now this healing modality is very new and introduced by Attunement Magic Academy to students who would like to learn and who are doing healing work. So if you're doing healing work in a center, healing center, or you're doing directly to a client without being online, like if you're doing on a direct healing when the client comes to you, in that case what you need to do is you need to give the particular appropriate card to the clients, let them hold the card, and you keep your right hand on your heart chakra and you start your healing work. This is the procedure. Now I have kept here blue candles. You can keep white candles or blue candles because that is the color of healing. Blue is the color of healing. Blue is also the color of prosperity. So whatever your client's issue is, you can keep the same color candles. If it is a relationship issue, if it is a love issue, you can keep pink candles. If you don't have any colored candles, you can just keep white candles. There is no compulsory strict rule as to which color candle you need to use. Now in the course we have mentioned each crystal, each fairy's crystal, the crystal resonating to the fairy, and the fairy which is linked to each fairy. Each of the 16 fairies are linked to a particular crystal. So if we are doing healing work directly, you can give the client the crystal on one hand to hold, and on the other hand the particular or appropriate fairy card you can give to the client and ask them to hold while you do your healing work. Now if you're doing distant healing, what you need to do is the crystal you need to keep on top of the card, the appropriate crystal and the appropriate card. You keep the crystal on top of the card and you keep it in front of you like this, how I am keeping, and with your right hand should go on your heart chakra and you do your healing procedure. This is if you are doing online. Now if you are not doing straight with the client, like I said, the one give the client the crystal to hold on one hand and the card to hold on the other hand, and you start your healing procedure. Now if you don't have crystals, do not worry at all. you just visualize the crystal. In the case when you don't have the crystal is when you hold the card in your hand during a healing session, which is done online. That is a distant healing session. So this is the procedure. There are 16 fairies, elemental fairies, who do the healing work, who assist us in the healing work. There are water fairies, there are earth fairies, there are fire fairies, and there are air fairies. The fairies are divided into 4 sections relating to the 4 elements. So it is air, water, earth, and fire. So you have, according to the situation, according to the purpose of the healing, you can choose your fairy. Now, as I mentioned, the back of the card is blank. See, it is blank. So here you can take a marker pen and write down the properties of the fairies, which is in the 6th section. I think it is in the 6th section of the workshop. So there you will find all the 16 fairies properties. We write accordingly for abundance, which fairy you want for abundance, for healing, relationships, for attracting something, for manifestation. All that, there are different fairies. So you need to write their name. Each fairy has a name. So you need to write the name of the fairy, and you need to write the properties of the fairy and keep it with you. So this is a one-time thing. Once you do that and you write and keep, it is there forever. That's why I said use paint, acrylic paint, or some kind of paint which children use, or you can use a marker pen. Both will work on this card. So you can write like that and keep it. Now, after your healing work, just keep the cards like that for some time, whichever card you are using. Now, you will not have all the 16 cards, because you are using only one fairy at a time. So you use the card. Once you use the card, you let the candles burn out. Don't let the fire touch the card, because it will melt. If you do that, it will be spoiled. So it's just keep it little away, let the candles melt down, and then you remove everything, remove the candles and remove the card, and you keep the card safely in a box. So that is why I have used the very tiny candles here. These are miniature candles, miniature intention candles, which also we have. So here I'm using blue candles, which I mentioned earlier. Is blue is the color of healing, and it's also the color of prosperity. So I have kept blue candles. You can keep according to whatever you are manifesting, or whatever your healing work is. According to that, you can keep the candles. So that's it. If anybody is interested in doing this Elemental Fairy Healing Workshop, please contact us on the number given on the screen. Thank you so much.